Hi everyone, today we're doing a walkthrough of this log shed behind me. Looking at this shed, looks like it's 100 years old, but no, it's not 100 years old. Me and Kate built it only a few years ago, just made it to look really old. Horizontally stacked logs at the front with a little eave over the top. The eave is to stop so much water blowing in on the logs when it's raining to stop them rotting out. I learnt that from barnwood builders a long time ago. The sides, we cladded out of secondhand tin I sourced. It's really old. I don't know, it's probably from the 50s. It's got the old logo on there. All of the logs used in this shed were cut down by trees in the immediate area with the smallest steel chainsaw there is for sale, because that was all I could afford at the time. They were all debarked by hand, which is a mission. Then we rolled them over here and lifted them. Kate and I lifted most of these logs by ourselves. All the rafters are logs, all the posts are logs, all the bearers are logs, all the stumps are logs. All these big lean-to out this side, all logs as well. That sun is a killer, but that's it. So it's a double carport this side, single the other, and then the lockable area in the center. We originally built this shed as tool storage, which I've used it for tool storage for many years, but we're moving out now, so it's all empty at the moment. These logs, when I stacked them, I'd lay one down, I'd lay the other on it, and I'd clamp it, and I'd run the chainsaw between the two to take off all the highs and lows, and then they'll sit down on each other. You can see on the bottom of this one, you can see it's flat and you can see the chainsaw rip marks through it. This build was a really fun build. I'd never done anything like this at the time, using timber that was just straight from the block, trees, nothing straight, just chainsaw, chisels. You know, it was pretty fun. I'd never done anything like this before. This door's made from the first bit of timber I ever milled. I milled it, built it, and then it all shrank. All these gaps, it all shrank so much because I'd only let it sit for a couple of weeks. So I just stickered the gaps in it. It's made quite a nice effect actually. So that's a hardwood door. That is heavy as hell. That door's probably over 100 kilos. Big hardwood jam. Once again, got all the first timber over milled. Inside here is normally chockers full of tools. This is like the first time since building it that it's been empty, but we're moving out, so I've had to clear everything out. It's just particle board, flooring, used as shelving. A lot of this timber is old timber out of an old house I was doing work on. It was termite damage and I kept a couple of good bits of timber out of it. There wasn't much. All the wall frames are actually pine. Just bought that from the hardware and banged it up because it was quick and easy. The trusses are also pine. Same deal, just bought it from the hardware. Made these trusses ourselves here on the floor of the shed and then put them up. That was pretty fun. Gang nailed together. What we did, we made them on the floor here. We marked the shape of one, cut all the pieces in, made it, and laid all the rest on top as we made them. And then banged them up. They were nice and light because they were so small. My mate Steve and my dad gave us a hand to chuck them up. They just skew nailed up there and then triple gripped on. And we've just got pine battens on there too. So we done this roof before I bought a mill, so I had to buy all this timber up here. And they're really strong. They're not spanning real far. It's only 3.5 meters wide or something, so they're not spanning real far. Normally I have all surfboards sitting up in there in the trusses, but we've cleaned it out. There's a couple of windows on each side in there. It's quite a roomy little shed in there. Surprisingly, you can fit a lot of stuff in there. When I had to go to clean it out, there was a lot in there. Let's check out underneath. So we've obviously got round log posts. Now I've put them all on a little steel stirrup into concrete. The reason I've done this is so we have a visual barrier for termites. This shed's been up for many years now and there's been no termite entry at all, which is lucky. Hopefully it stays that way. And I'll put a little bit of bitumen on the bottom of the stirrup. It's hard to see, but there's bitumen in there to stop a reaction between the concrete and the galvanized stirrup. So underneath, look how wild those logs are. They look straight when you cut them down. Once you get them on the ground, they're not so straight. So all the bearers are all round logs, and then I cut a little notch in for the pine joist. So the pine joists are all sitting at the same height. So I set up the laser and marked all my heights and cut little notches out with a chainsaw. So that's it. Round log bearers the whole way through, with little notch outs or packers for the joist to sit on. There's packers this side, there's notch outs on that side, just because the tree's high in that point and low in this point. That's what you get with using natural logs. There's a little brace under there just to brace that floor up to take any movement out of it. Strap brace. So all these bearers, the stump is notched out a bit, and then the bearer's notched out a bit and sitting on the stump. And then they've got 2 bolts through them, and they're rock solid. They're all notched like that. So the feature of this shed, in my opinion, is this front wall. It's got those horizontal logs, Sikaflex in the joins, just to seal it all up. And we've got the horizontal corner posts. So these corner posts I actually freehand cut with a chainsaw. You can see here all the chainsaw marks. That was a mission ripping through it. I only had a very small chainsaw at the time. So on the inside, the pine frame, it's just screwed to these corner posts. And I'll put a little eaves lining sheet up there in front of the cabin. Strap bracing under the roof to help hold it. This thing looks ancient under here, but it's not that old. We just wanted this look of an old shed. A bit more appealing than the new shed. Here's our little garden out the back and our beehive. Sun's out, so those bees should be out. Anyhow, that's the shed. Just a quick little video. No, anyone can build this. It is just a lot of heavy lifting. Like all these logs, oh my God, they are so heavy. They don't look very heavy, but they're all hardwood, they're not pine, so they weigh a ton. This shed costs probably 1,500 bucks. Mostly built by me and Kate. If you added up all the days, it probably would have been 2 weeks labor. Have a really cool old looking shed. Hope everyone liked the little video. If you did, remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. You.